you know what? It was surreal because, we always used to joke with Dreamer because Dreamer will, talk about himself in the third person as the Dream and stuff like that. So, I didn't even know Dusty was in the building that night and he goes, "Oh, you're working with the Dream." I go, "All right, cool, man. What are we doing?" I'm just thinking, I'm wrestling Tommy Dreamer. He goes, "No, man, you're doing something with the Dream." And I'm like, "What?" And, the first thing we met, and I said, "Sir, would you, we got this promo, blah, blah, blah. What would you like to?" He goes, "Kid, if you're as good as they say you are, we don't need to talk about anything. We just do it." I said, "Oh, okay." And the original plan was that he was just going to give me one big elbow. I would bump for him and roll out, and we'd be done. It was a one-time thing. We weren't even going to use it for TV because we didn't know if, he had just gotten released earlier that week from WCW, so we didn't know what we could use. And then it was, as soon as they came alive for the first elbow, Jack was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm in here." And it just felt like it was magic because, I'd get back up, he'd get back up, I'd get back up. I took the big bump and stayed in the center because I knew the big elbow had to come. And right from there, he told Paul, he's like, "Put me in a program with this kid," And, it was glorious. And Paul asked, he goes, "How do you see this ending?" And I go, "You know what? Bull rope match." And he goes, "Let's do it." I'm like, "Wait, what?" Bless you. Yeah, and we end up doing the bull rope match. And it is the greatest thing. People always talk about, winning the ECW title. Was that Paul's greatest honor for you and stuff? And it was a great honor. But the greatest thing he ever said to me is he pulled me aside as soon as I got through the locker room after the bull rope match, and he grabs me and he goes, "Steve Corino, that was better than anything that him and Tully ever did." Paul had no idea that, my three favorite wrestlers when I was growing up was Wildfire Tommy Rich, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, and Tully Blanchard. And that's what I saw in this feud, is that I was the Tully Blanchard, Eddie Gilbert, type of heel. And when he said that, I was like, "Thanks, Paul." I was misty-eyed. I was so